This is kind of a different video. I think I say that almost every time I do one of these videos. And yes, it is different because I have three main topics. And if you don't know me, I'm Gary Abbott. I've done a couple hundred videos on the villages. And today I have three different topics. Two are for really new home buyers or people in the villages selling. Or you just bought a house and you need to know this before you get too far into it. So let's start off with my number one item. I recently got an email that asked me a question about the prison. Now, I haven't included anything in my videos on the prison, but it was an honest question to me. What do I think about the prison, and is that an issue for the new areas? And so it made me think, and I've done a number of videos on all the things you should put on your wish list, like how close to a pool, how close to a rec center, how close to entertainment, where is your house most situated like. Haven't really done one on the flip side, and so I'm going to quickly tell you a few things to put on the things that maybe you don't want to be near. And let's start with the prison. I don't think the prison is a big deal. Maybe I wouldn't want to be right on the entrance to the prison, but you can judge that. Same is true for, I don't know if you've been to the new section and you can see the concrete plant. It's a pretty big plant. I'm sure it produces the concrete for all the tilt-up homes. Do you want to see that? Do you want to be near that? Power lines is another one. I'm even going to throw on there dog parks. You know, they bark. If you're near a dog park, it's not always the greatest thing. You might have a dog and you go to the dog park, but you don't want to hear constant barking at the dog park. And there is a certain amount of traffic with a dog park. Pickleball courts is the same. Do you like the click, 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 click? Can get annoying if you live too close. So the other part of that was roads. You know, how close to a main road? So you have roads within the villages and within your own community, but then you have state highways, Highway 470, or the turnpike. Clearly, when you're near one of those roads, you need to check it out. So I think it's really important to check those things out. So I have never done this kind of list to say, there are items you might want to put on your list, the things you're looking for, but you may want to put on your list those things that may be of concern. Now, there are trade-offs. Some people, power lines are not an issue. Sometimes those things are not, roadways are not an issue. But I'm going to tell you, put it on your list, especially if you're even concerned. So I appreciate that email. Gave me a thought to just put that out there as something to check on. Now, I also, if you're in that research to buy a home, I never talk about this whole new Realtor lawsuit that happened last year. Realtors have been talking about it, but if you're like a new buyer, and you're like me, it's not one of the things you keep track of what's going on. What I want to do is caution you on things have changed. It used to be the buyer didn't have any responsibility with commissions for a real estate agent, at least in my area. And the seller would do a contract with the realtor and they would figure out it's going to be 6% and it's going to be a split 3-3 or whatever for an outside realtor to come in. Never got involved in it. Now, I don't know anything about the lawsuit, so realtors don't call me or whatever, or go ahead and write in the comments below. I'm just cautioning you, if you are buying a home and you hire a realtor, have the discussion about if you'll be responsible for any of the fees. And I get it. A realtor doing work for you wants to get paid. And if the other party isn't paying them, you got a problem. You definitely have a problem. I would keep that in mind. I would make sure you get into the details no matter if you're selling or buying. It may make a difference when you get down to the final negotiations, because I know in my real estate transactions in the past, not in the villages, there would become a number and you couldn't do it, and the realtors would talk to each other and split the issue and say, you're good, we'll take care of it. Well, now this whole percentage thing is a much bigger change. So make sure those, we talk about bonds, we talk about all kinds of things. Understand the realtor's making commission or not making commission. You understand the agreement, or when you sign an agreement, really understand what it says and how much you may be responsible for. So I thought I would bring that up because that could turn into a few $1,000s at the time of closing, settling up. So that's number 2. Both of those are kind of for people looking for the villages and looking in. I will say this one thing on top of that. When you buy from the villages, they have village agents that are paid through them. You don't have this issue. Number 3, recently got a Facebook message, and I'm going to say I apologize, but on the flip side, I don't use Facebook. I really don't use Facebook for anything other than personal. So if you send me a message, there's a great chance I don't get to it or look at it. It's just my thing. It's not, messages is not one of my things. So I checked in on it, and somebody had a question about the yearly inspection. And I have mentioned this in other videos. The villages and their building and inspection process is by far probably the best I've ever had. But getting an inspector that you pay for to go through your house to send a report to the village's building division to have little things or big things fixed is really important. And here's what I wanted to make sure I leave with you. 1, start looking really early. Don't wait till your years. I'd say 6 months, 8 months, you should be on the phone looking for one of these inspectors. These inspectors are not free. Plan to spend $400, $450, $600, whatever it is. Frank D'Angelo and Sons, because it was Frank D'Angelo and then his sons have the sons joke when they come out to your house that he no longer goes out and does a lot of these homes. He's back in the office and the sons do the work. But they were great. And I'm going to tell you, they go through everything way more than any inspector that I've ever dealt with. And like I've said in other videos, on my 1 year, which I did early, and was able to get him early because I knew the good ones book up. If you wait till the last month, I don't think you'll get these guys. You won't get the good inspectors. You're going to pay for them. But in my case, I will give you my case, I probably had a dozen or more contractors within the next 3 days fix everything. Closet doors that didn't completely close, shower door that rubbed, air conditioner that wasn't level, checked the roof, had questions on the roof, had the roofer come back and look at it. My neighbor actually they went up into under the roof, and they found that there was plywood that's crushed. The roof was not right. They had to come back and redo part of the roof. That's a big expense. Not something you're going to find unless you crawl all the way up in there and take a look at it. So inspections are really, really important. Plan ahead, hire the right company, take a look. I'm not really advertising Frank's company, but you can go on the web, look up his company, or just go through some Facebook and just put inspectors and who's highly recommended. That's what I did. And take a look at them. But do not wait till the last minute, because it's not like the villages is inspecting your home. You have to do a list, and those companies do a list, a report, send it to the villages, and they respond and react to the report. Nothing I could do on my own. Definitely need one of the village inspectors. So if you have a new home, that is something that you really want to do. I hope you like this short 3-topic, boom, boom, boom. A little bit is I have some apologies to some of these that maybe it's some things I haven't hit upon, and I thought maybe I should touch base. And I'm not trying to get in trouble with the real estate. I know their whole agreements have changed. I'm not an expert, so don't misinterpret. I'm just saying, you who are either selling or buying, make sure you understand what you sign regarding those agreements. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and happy holidays. This is, I'm into the holidays. I'm cutting back and taking some time off. Thanks for watching.